that. Um, the recording turned out fine. Like I said, it was just my sound settings. So, are we ready now?
Yep.
Okay. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. This is the RPG After Years, your weekly show covering all things RPG from the past, present, and future. This is episode 10. I'm Jay.
I'm Scott.
And I am Lionel Richie.
Today, we are going to build our own RPG with a roundtable discussion. This is kind of a little bit of a follow-up of a couple of episodes we've done in the past around what makes an RPG good, and one episode where we bitched about fetch quests. But first, let's catch up. All right, Rich, what have you been up to?
Man, I finally finished Grandia 2. Way
shit.
before everybody else.
Hold on.
Not a sound that I wanted to play for that, but
Nope. And I beat Resident Evil 3.
oh fuck.
Boom.
Good
Oh,
job. Wow.
Lionel in here tearing it up.
I know. That no gym. I finished the Tiger King series documentary. And then that's about it.
Nice.
I haven't really
So-
done much.
What did you think of the RA3 make?
I loved it. It was very fast paced. It kicks you in the face right off the bat.
Yeah. I've heard some mixed things about it in comparison to the RA2 make. So
Yeah. It's
Uh,
RE2 remake was more jump scares and stuff. It's a little slower.
yeah.
This one's not.
I think that's mine and Corey's main complaint so far is that the Nemesis is not as scary as Mr. X was.
Oh, but he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He chases you down.
I don't like jump scares, so maybe
Yeah.
maybe I have the second remake and I just haven't gotten myself to play it.
Oh,
We're like 3 or 4 hours into it, maybe a little bit more. So I'm sure we'll have it beaten in the next week or so.
what
assuming
part are
we-
you at?
We just got through the part where you play as Carlos in the police station.
Okay, yeah, you get some distance to go still.
Yeah.
It's
So
about
I'm
a
kind
6-hour game.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping we'll finish it before we get the 7 remake, but it seems kind of doubtful because we don't really play games a whole lot during the week unless we're drinking. So, so cool. So I guess you guys still need to do the Alundra review. And
Yeah.
then I guess you could review Grandia too. So I think maybe it'd probably be a good idea for you to get on with Jay and get on the Tales train.
Yep, I need to do that, which is weird though, because you know what comes out this week
Yeah.
is gonna kind of delay that, but we'll see. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. I've heard that the 7 remake is actually surprisingly chunky.
It's like 40 hours from what
yeah.
I've seen.
Just crazy. So awesome. And then of course you know that we'll have to do a Patreon review for RA3 once I beat it.
Yep. Gotta do
Yeah.
that. I'm excited for it. So what about you, Scott? What have you been doing?
Still been playing a shit ton of Animal Crossing, like 3 or 4 hours every day, just about.
Yeah, I've seen that on your Switch.
Yeah, it's nuts. But we're still having a lot of fun with it. But we're starting to get to the point to where we're not unlocking a bunch of shit all the time. So I'm not sure how much longer we'll stick with it. Probably like another few weeks at least. But really enjoying it. It's very relaxing. I also played a little bit of Smash Bros because they did an Animal Crossing event where you could get some new spirits in there. And I've gotten every spirit in that game. So it's like every time they release new ones, I'm like, okay, got to go get them now. Because it's always a timed event. Still been doing Ring Fit Adventure. And like I talked about, we have been playing the RE3 make a couple nights. I'm really liking it so far too. I'm not sure how I like it in comparison to the 2 make. But I think at the end of the day, it's still a really good game. And then I also beat a game, or Corey and I did. We finished Yoshi's Crafted World. Yoshi. I'm not as positive about that game. It was okay. So that'll be reflected.
What other noises does Yoshi make?
Um,
Can we get that as a drop?
It should be, right? I should have had a bunch of Yoshi drops. Maybe I'll have a bunch of Yoshi drops for the review. But so yeah, we'll give more of our full thoughts on that when we do the non-Patreon or Patreon non-RPG review. But that's we've got like 3 or 4 of those we got to do now. So
Yep,
we're gonna record one this weekend,
Oops.
I think. So that's it for me. What about you, Jay?
So I played quite a bit of Super Smash. I did start the story mode, which I didn't learn existed until last week, I think.
This podcast did you a service.
Yeah. I would have just had it for years and never would have known.
Yeah.
But, so played a little bit of that. Played Jackbox Party with my sister and my honeyboo while my sister was in town. That was pretty fun.
Game of the decade, Jackbox Party Pack.
Game of the decade, Jackbox Party. I played Star Ocean First Departure for a little bit. I like the game less than I liked it whenever I started, but mainly because I feel like I'm dying a lot. Like I'm able to kill people really easily, but then I also get killed really easily. And I'm not in the habit of saving.
Well, that's not good. Are you doing the skill stuff? Like updating your skills?
You mean like the lightning swirl or
No, not those. I'm actually there's like actual skills that you can that are they're non-passive. Like they don't once you do them, they're just boosting your stats. Like
are they kind of like the herbology?
Yes.
Okay, so I've the only options that I have are like drawing, herbology, and like something about minerals or something.
You have to
like that.
buy them.
You have to buy them?
Yes.
No wonder
If you
I'm
go to
dying.
if you go to the stores, buy the ones like determination, or I think is what it is. But there's one that actually makes it so that you level up faster. So get that one, get that one started. Do that one real quick. Max that sucker out on every single character. And then there's one for HP, there's one for strength, magic, there's all sorts of stuff.
Well,
You can really OP.
I tell you what, I keep getting hit with like 6 or 7 of these monsters that do like 130 damage each, and they just like corner each person and just annihilate them. So
yeah, but if you
I need to learn how to play the game.
Yes,
New
if
Rich
you
was
do
the Star
those,
Ocean
you
master.
Yes, I do love that these games 1 and 2 are really good, and that they both have the same style of combat and stuff in it. Yeah, mechanics.
Yeah,
that's the words I was looking for. But yeah, do it. Go in there and do that.
I will have to. I also
It's a game changer.
started a new game on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So I'm giving that another shot, and maybe
that last week.
I'm hoping I will pay attention to how to actually do the combat successfully. I think that was probably one of my hangups.
It seems pretty complicated from videos I've seen.
Yeah, maybe, especially after I've been playing games that you can just button mash your way through.
Right.
And then finally, I played and beat Tales of Berseria.
Woo! Man,
this is crazy. How many games have we beaten?
4 of those this week. That's awesome. And we all finished at least one. That's amazing.
This is the first game that I've beaten in a really long time, guys.
Well, like you always stop at the end.
Yeah, I do. And I was happy with the ending. I'm excited to review it because I I really enjoyed it, but it's a very imperfect game in a lot of areas. But yeah, and Gracie pretty much sat there and watched me play through all of it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Did you like it?
She was a little confused by the ending. I had to explain it to her for as much as I could explain it to a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
But at one point, while it was coming to an end, she looks at me and just goes, "I think I'm gonna cry," because it has a very I want to say stereotypical JRPG ending, but it's a bittersweet ending that a lot of JRPGs usually have. Think like Final Fantasy X-S.
Yeah, that's my favorite type of ending. I hate when everything's like super hunky dory, unless that was like really earned.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that convinced me to buy Vesperia and Zestria. So I bought his physical copies, so those should be coming within the next couple days.
I'm going to tell you, Scott. Go ahead.
Sorry. Nope. Go.
Okay. I know you didn't play it this week, but about where are you in Berseria?
Me?
That's you, Rich. Yeah.
Still kind of at the beginning.
I beat it right around 30 hours. And that's with me skipping every single monster in the dungeons.
Wow.
I
my face is just like new.
I probably started doing that after about 15 or 16 hours though. I started just bypassing, and if I started doing
that in Grandia just because it's like I'm way overpowered as is, so I fight everything.
And I had no issues with any of the boss battles. Like you can pretty much just button mash your way through it and be good.
Okay. Yeah. I did play. I forgot to tell you, I was playing Persona 5 Royal.
Ooh. Oh yeah, you did mention that.
I've already been told that it's already really different from the original Persona 5.
I would have no clue.
I know there's a new like main character that joins your party, and she has like a whole backstory. But
yeah,
I've heard that.
I've heard even the intro is different.
Oh wow! I've also heard that you can the cat Morgana doesn't make you go to bed every night apparently. So
no,
that's like a huge change.
Well, it's I like it. I'm about 8 hours into it, and I'm only level 8. So I'm in the first. I know it's very slow. I'm confused on some things. Like, should I like be attracted to the girls? I'm just confused. Like, I know they're teenagers. Like, I'm confused here. So the art style is really good. Why are all the Japanese men like hunched over the age of 40? They look like they got scoliosis. I'm confused on that too.
Art imitates life.
Yeah, I guess. But it's really good. I really enjoy it. So I was a little bit hesitant on it, but I think it's good.
Hey, and the sequel that's coming out, I think that a couple of the characters are now legal. So just keep that.
One thing you need to remember: it's not adult rich; it's teenage rich. That's who needs to make these decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Jay and I sort of talked about the coronavirus stuff last week. But Rich, how are you coping in this new world we live in?
I'm doing okay. It's, my state finally went to lockdown. Missouri decided to jump on the whole stay at home stuff, which is good. It's about time. I'm still essential.
Yeah.
So I have to go to work. Limited contact with people. I go to the grocery store for my wife because she doesn't want to leave the house. Mm-hmm. That's weird.
Corey made a trip out one day during his lunch break. He wore like a full bandana and everything around his face.
And I'm not wearing that stuff. Like, I'm not wearing bandanas or masks or anything. I do keep my social distance. I don't go down aisles where there are people there. I try to avoid everybody. I don't touch things that I don't necessarily need. Like, I'll look at it and I was like, oh, if I want that, okay, I'll put that in my cart or do that. Where I see people just like touching and putting stuff back and everything. My thing is, don't lick people's faces.
That would help. Try not to.
Try to reach for stuff in the back. Like,
yes.
If you can carry like a glove or something with you, like move a couple items, grab the one in the back.
Corey's been wearing like latex gloves, disposable, and he always wipes everything down with Clorox after he unloads the groceries. So
yeah, it's rough out there. Detroit's getting hit really bad.
Do you think that you should be essential, Rich?
Yes.
Okay. What
I
about
do.
GameStop? How's that going?
Oh, it's fine. I'm not working.
Okay.
I'm employed, quotation marks, but I'm not employed. Because I mean, it's still the whole come to the door, call us, we'll get your item and ring you up and everything. We'll come get your card, wearing gloves and everything,
Yeah.
and we'll give you your item. But they don't have that many people there that come to the store, and so it's just the manager and the assistant manager working. That's it.
Well, I guess that's better than what they were doing. So
yeah, I still get the discount. That's nice.
So I guess it's not really all that different for you. It's like you're not having to deal with like being in isolation for extended periods of time.
No, I get to go out in the world and see that it's still turning. The birds are still singing. I saw a dog the other day out the window.
The most exciting things that happen to us. And
yes, you're just staring at the window. You're just like, hey, look, there's a person over there. Hey, person.
Yeah.
My gym fought it tooth and nail. Like I haven't been gone to the gym in like 3 weeks, but the gym had fought with people like not closing to the point where he was like, the gym owner was taking equipment outside and letting people work out outside, but he kept getting turned in by people.
Jesus.
Yeah, we weren't under the state. Yeah,
you probably should get turned in by people.
Yeah. Well, the thing was like,
that's how you spread it, man.
Well, and the gym doesn't have that many people that go to it, and a lot of people weren't coming in anyways. And they were adhering to the CDC rules and guidelines, limiting how many people could be in the gym at the time, wiping things down. Like I trust the guy doing what he was doing, but it's just kind of crappy when people are turning people in.
When I think about places that I don't want to go during this, like gym is probably top 5 or top 10.
Well, yeah, I get that. What about dog grooming places?
I'm surprised any of those are even still open.
They are. Well, they kept one of them in town kept getting turned in to the police.
I had to get my haircut appointment canceled, and my next one's at May 15th. So
Megan also had to cancel all her appointments.
I'm going to be joining Jay in the Witcher Club.
Oh,
I think me too. I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah. So one thing that I thought was a little creepy about this COVID-19 thing. Did you guys read that Italy did like a they did some sort of blood sample test on 60 individuals who they thought did not have coronavirus, and they found out that 40 of them had already put up antibodies for coronavirus. That means they had it. They just were completely asymptomatic. 40 out of those 60 random people.
Yeah, we know that Bill's leader might have it.
He definitely. I'm pretty sure
he's
he definitely
got it.
has it.
Yeah,
see, I heard that he got taken to ICU, but I didn't hear if like it was actually corona or not.
Well, which is weird. Didn't he get isolated like a week or so ago? He's like, I'm going to self-isolate and everything. And then just like today or yesterday, just turned really bad for him.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. The turnover for how quickly this can go violent is pretty fast.
Speaking of violence, I forgot to say that I also finished Tiger King this week. So
we should just
really
dedicate a whole episode to that.
I'm not really a documentary person, but that shit was fascinating.
What's weird is he actually came to one of the towns nearby me pretending to be a zoologist, and they interviewed him on the news.
Wow.
As a zoologist.
Jeez.
He is not a zoologist.
That is funny. That's awesome. He also ran for president.
Governor. I'd have voted for him just because.
19% of the vote he got. That's crazy.
Well, you got to think like we could have had him, the Tiger King, as president instead of Trump. That was it's probably the biggest mistake we've ever made.
Yeah, imagine the White House front lawn would just have tigers, no security guards, just friggin' tigers.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Hey, all I know is that bitch Carol Baskin murdered her husband.
Oh yeah. I'm right there with you. You look in her eyes, she murdered him.
Did you know the police reopened that case?
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Well, probably because more people are looking out for the guy now because of that documentary. There is a new episode coming out this week.
Yep.
What? I thought it was over.
Nope. One more.
Oh, okay.
Netflix is milking it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I told my wife that. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited." She watched it this weekend.
The most exciting thing that's happened since you saw that dog.
It was so. Ooh.
All right. Well.
Anyway, we got to move on to the save state of the podcast. So, Rich, tell us about them Patreons.
Man, them Patreons, some awesome rewards here. Early episode access, ad-free, participate live with the video versions that we have because we are recording right now and we are live on YouTube. Jay's waving at everybody. We have our aftercast, which is a holy crap, getting racy here. The aftercast is, I just totally lost my train of thought there. The aftercast is a bonus content episode where we get real with the life problems in the world. You know, we get deep down our emotions. Extra reviews, we have those coming up. I think we've got a couple of them in the pipe, and many more benefits.
Yeah. So like I'm doing, we're gonna have to do a Yoshi's Crafted World review now, as well as the RE3 Remake as soon as I finish it. We'll probably prioritize that one since it's like a hot item right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've also got reviews of Captain Toad and Mario Galaxy that we need to do soon, which I think we're gonna try to record that this weekend as well. And then also this weekend, I think we're going to try to record another episode of the Aftercast, which will be just about coronavirus in general and how it's affecting the gaming industry and just all that. Do you want to give any more detail on that yet, Jay?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Maybe talk a little bit about how it's affecting everybody financially.
Yeah, that'll work.
Also, as a gentle reminder, the material lockdown has started and is continuing to go. So if you're interested in that, what's the website? Materiallockdown.com? Is that?
I think it is materiallockdown.com. Yeah.
Materiallockdown.com for more info.
I'm excited to see what this game is the new remake, and how we could possibly fit this in for next year.
From what I've seen, I'm not sure that the challenge will translate 1-to-1, but I do think we'll be able to come up with something pretty easily that's comparable. Because they did keep a lot of the same materia and shit. So, subscribe to our Patreon, please. That's patreon.com/RPG-after-years.
Woohoo! Give me money.
Up next, we have the news.
The news. Gotcha. I did not have that prepared. I don't know why.
The news, Scott.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hear ye, gather round for all your news. Stop your clatter and listen close. Alas, you won't believe your ears. Listen close for the news.
Okay, so first up, some pretty significant news. Last week, Square announced, or it might have been this weekend, Square announced that they are remastering the original 2010 Nier game, and they're calling it Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139.
What do those numbers mean? That's the thing.
No, that's not a joke.
Apparently not.
Oh no. When was this announced?
Let's see, March 29th. So I guess
not April 1st.
Yeah,
it was pretty late in the night that this thing was announced, wasn't it?
I remember waking up and it was on all over my Twitter feed. So basically, they're remastering the OG game. Apparently, there were 2 versions of the OG game, and we got. I hope I'm right about this. America got Nier Gestalt, and then the one that we didn't get is Nier Replicant. So it's like extra new content. The only difference that I know of, well, I don't even know what the differences are, but apparently there are like some small differences between the 2 versions. I think this is cool because I've kind of been interested in getting into the Nier series, especially after hearing, how amazing Nier Automata apparently is. So, but I was going to jump in with the OG Nier first on the PS3. But now that they're remastering it, I'll probably just wait for that.
Or what are they remastering it for?
PS4. And I'm trying to see if it's coming out on anything else.
I think it's just PS4.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
I'm so over anything that's not the Switch.
Yeah, right.
I'm hoping there's a couple other Xbox games out there and PlayStation that I want them to remaster or release again, like Infinite Undiscovery
yeah,
it's a Square game. Wait for that to come out again, but
okay, I found it. It's PS4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam.
So no Switch.
Yeah,
I probably just need to buckle down and get a really good computer for Steam.
Yeah, I have a Steam account too, but I almost never use it. I don't know why. I probably could now that I have this bomb-ass MacBook. Well, no, because I'd have to have a VM probably or some other workaround.
Yeah, there's like
But,
nothing good for Mac.
yeah.
It sucks.
Womp womp. Are you interested in this, Rich? This remaster?
Yeah, I've never played any of the Nier games, but I think I should give it a chance.
Okay. Well,
I think
I
it'll be
don't know
fine.
when we'll get to it, but eventually we will get to it.
It'll be a while.
So, guys, I have some bad news. The Last of
Uh-oh.
Us has been The Last of Us 2 Part 2 has been delayed indefinitely
Now Corona has gone too far.
until coronavirus is done.
I'm just confused on why they're delaying it this close. Like, in this thing, game supposed to come out in like a month or
Yes,
2 months. Okay, so I'm
May
confused
10th or
on
something
why.
like that. So
Like,
they came out and said that it's because they aren't able to release the game the way that they want to release the game. I think, in other words, it is they can't release the game at a time where people can go flood the stores to buy it, and so they would be losing out on money.
Well, it's also sort of like a launch thing. Like they want everybody to start playing it at the same time and just have the the most successful launch possible, like you were saying.
Yeah,
Which is
I get
sort of
that,
became a
but-
problem for the 7 remake because Square shipped that off to some countries early. Australia had it like earlier, middle last week, I think. And we've had to sort of be like avoid spoilers for that, and it's really disheartening to get an email from Amazon saying that your game's going to be late when there are people already playing it.
I'm pretty sure if Square came out and said we're gonna have to delay 7 remake indefinitely, it would probably have been burned to the ground.
I would have burned myself to the ground.
Just like, oh, we're gonna do this again. They're gonna delay it.
I can't believe they're delaying it in The Last of Us indefinitely, though. That's
It's
crazy to
weird.
me.
it's basically them saying we're going to delay it until we feel like we're going to release it. They said that they're fixing their last few bugs in development, so it's done. The game
Yeah.
is done. They just aren't going to release it.
I was a little surprised to hear it wasn't already done, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that does nothing surprises me with development companies.
Yeah. When are we gonna get this? Any ideas? Like, I guess it just depends on when is Corona going to die off.
I'm thinking holiday season.
I
Jesus.
bet you anything they're gonna release it on PS5. I want to believe that there's some big wig that's out there that said, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity to delay this game to the 5 and release it there, or they got
Yeah.
pressured or something. I just, with it being that close, I don't know. Something seems off.
I think it's either going to be an October release or holiday season.
Yeah, we'll see. Also the irony of a game about a pandemic being delayed to a pandemic is not lost on me.
Well, I mean, also I think too that could have been the reason why they didn't release that, maybe sensitivity or whatnot. But Resident Evil 3 didn't care, and that's definitely
True.
about a virus.
Yeah.
Going crazy.
Well, I guess we'll be playing it one day. We might also be in a post-apocalyptic world by that point, but
I hope
eventually.
I've been waiting for the zombies. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Okay, so just a quick story here. The Humble Bundle, for those that don't know, it's like a company that packages various games together and you can buy them at once. And I think the way it works, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, there's a minimum price you can pay, but you can choose to pay more because all Humble profits more or less go to charity. So they're doing like some kind of Corona relief Humble Bundle now. It's $30 and it includes The Breach, Hollow Knight, Undertale, Wizard of Legend, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, The Witness, Super Hot, Killing Floor 2, Jackbox Party Pack 2, Tropico 4, and several other titles. And it comes with some ebooks and
Damn,
a music
that's a
maker,
lot.
apparently. Yeah. And some of those games are pretty good from what I've heard anyway. I think 3 or 4 of them. And, the prequel to the game of the decade, Jackbox Party Packs 3. So that's worth the price right there.
Oh yeah.
Not really, but
well, it almost is. Jackbox Party Pack 3 is a $30 game or $26 or something like that.
yeah. Do you see in here how long this deal is supposed to last? I was trying to see if there's
I couldn't find an end date either.
All right. Well, strike while the iron is hot, people. Hopefully, it's still available by the time this podcast comes out.
Yeah. All right. So, don't know how many people are Quake fans or anything, but QuakeCon, which has been going around for the past 25 years, has been canceled.
Womp
The
womp.
first time ever in its history.
Corona.
Canceling everything.
It's ruining my life.
I don't really know too much about the QuakeCon stuff, but I know it's supposed to be a big annual LAN party that they have. They have a tournament. People don't, if you don't know, Quake was the successor to Doom, I believe.
Yeah, it was like a really early shooter, right?
Yeah, Bethesda still, that's one of theirs that they're still milking to this day and age. So, yeah, you cannot go to Dallas, Texas's QuakeCon.
Womp womp.
That's pretty much it, guys. So, again, we've had so many of these things canceled. We've had E3 got canceled, right?
Yeah.
Remember correctly. Okay, so E3,
Everything's
gone. Life, video game, Christmas is over. Just
That's
sad all around.
Depressing. You're
It
trying
is
to stay
very sad.
upper here.
It's also really crappy that I can't just go out and buy things and not feel guilty.
Yeah.
I get your. It hasn't really set in too bad for me yet, but I think another couple weeks, and then I might be like, "Let me out of here."
Yeah, hopefully you and Corey don't stab each other or something.
Oh, this is totally random, but I forgot to say. I also played my very first game of D&D this weekend. I had a buddy that is like a well-versed D&D person. Come up with the idea. He's like, "Hey, why don't we invite all of our friends and have a Zoom D&D thing?" And so it was like 9 of us, and only he had ever played before. But it was really fun. I thought I liked it a lot, and I'll probably do it again.
Didn't we try to do that once, like a couple of years ago?
I think we might have. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we totally did.
That was like when we first started, like hanging out on Slack and shit.
Yeah, I just remember that. Like, oh my god, didn't we do that? I think I have a
forgot
book
all
of that
about that.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were totally getting into it, and then some people never ever talk to us again.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Well, I'm sorry to do the total sidetrack there, but I thought it was interesting enough to mention.
Huh.
All right. So RPG releases, as far as I could tell, there weren't any this week. Too
Womp
bad.
womp.
However, upcoming RPGs, Friday, the day after this releases, April 10th, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Finally.
Frickin' time.
For those that don't already have it anyway. I have a confession, guys. After I got that email from Amazon that it wasn't going to be here till like April 14th for me, I was like, I can't wait that long. So I did double dip. I got it digitally too.
Nice.
Well, are you just gonna keep? Oh yeah, you got the stupid metal book.
I want to try to get a refund from Amazon because it's like, you guaranteed release date delivery, but I know that'll never happen.
Yeah, it's Corona. Well, I keep calling GameStop because I keep worried about this whole, they're not technically an essential business getting shut down and whatnot. And I keep calling my boss over there. I'm like, "Hey, are you guys still going to be open? Is it still happening?" He's like, "We just got to make it to Thursday, just to Thursday." Because they're going to release it on Thursday, I heard.
It is pretty surreal that we're living in a world now where people are playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's like, I don't know what to do. I didn't think this would ever happen.
I'm so ready for the Final Fantasy 8 and 9 remake.
One day. That'll probably happen one day.
I don't think they'll remake 9.
You shush your mouth.
I think if anything, they're going to remake. I think they're going to remake 8, and they're going to make a third Final Fantasy 10.
No,
I would be excited for that.
No,
I think that's happening eventually because they've talked about it before.
Well, they also, isn't there like there's a little short story that takes place after 10-2, like the ending of 10-2 where old Tidus comes back.
Yeah, they've basically, and they set it up like they left it off in a cliffhanger. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Whenever that happens, that might be their next big project after the 7 remake, or maybe 16 if that's coming out anytime in our lives.
I doubt it'll ever come out ever.
There's one more RPG this coming week. It's on the 15th, next Wednesday. Vampires the Masquerade, Coteries of New York on the Xbone. So
no one cares about that.
I'm sure
It's
there
that
are some
smart.
people that do. Yeah.
Like maybe 2 people.
Yeah. And so that's it for the news.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna have a transition ding.
It's in your line in here, Jay.
So let's take a quick break and get to building our own RPG.
Now we can do the ding.
And we're back. So here we go. We're going to talk about the official RPG of the RPG After Years.
All right. So where did this idea come from, Jay?
So it kind of came from me listening to another podcast where instead of them making a video game, they talked about creating this movie, and like it started out really kind of serious and then just totally went down the drain. It was the Tripod, the Try Guys, their podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know that.
Yeah, so they had a whole episode where they talked about creating the. Actually, it's happened twice. They just talk about creating their own movie and the characters in the movie and the setting and what's happening.
Yeah.
And so that kind of inspired me a little bit. But also, I figured we've talked a lot about RPGs, what makes them good, the things we don't like. So we might as well put our words where our mouth are's. And
I thought it sounded like a fun idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I haven't really spent a lot of time thinking about it, so this is sort of going to be an on-the-fly thing.
Yeah, so we have 5 important things that we need to discuss and we need to decide. And I am going to try to take notes and keep track of everything that we talk about.
Nice.
So we have to talk about setting, style, gameplay, the characters, and the plot. So let's start off with a setting. So setting is pretty important whenever it comes to an RPG. You have your old school Dungeons and Dragons style settings with magic and monsters and chaos. And then you can have your kind of cyberpunk setting, like your Mass Effects or Cyberpunk 2077, any kind of futuristic setting. What are you guys feeling?
Are we doing funny or serious?
Let's
doing
just see
big.
where it goes.
I got a funny one.
Okay, you go first.
But it's London, but reggae style London.
Reggae style London. So what's
Think
cool
Jamaica.
about Jamaica, London?
Yeah,
Explain
just
that
think
to me.
Jamaican London. Just it's all tropical. There is palm trees, probably weed.
All right, so
and
this
other
is future London.
that has been taken over
where-
by Jamaica.
Future London taken over by the Republic of Jamaica.
I think that we got a really good start there.
And
to work off of.
So are we thinking like did they like terraform London to be like Jamaica, or is it just climate change?
Let's do terraform. Yeah, let's do terraform. I think that's a good one where they invaded London. London couldn't handle all the dreadlocks and the Jamaica reggae music, and they just bowed down.
Okay, so the year
sank.
is 3020,
Okay.
and in the approximately around 2700, the Republic of Jamaica was formed, and they became a superpower. And with that superpower, they invested strongly in the ability to terraform. Through that, they saved us from the climate crisis, but also became the single most wealthy and powerful country in the world and started to colonize.
I have a question. What if, like, instead of just London, Jamaica like took over all of Europe, and now Europe is just like a series of island nations? They like terraformed it into, like an archipelago or some shit.
I like that.
Yeah,
They sank other parts of the country.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying? They sank them? Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
and that
Like
way you
Italy?
can travel between the country islands on your some kind of boat or something. Because I always thought that was really cool, like in Wind Waker or Assassin's Creed 4. There's one of the Pirates World in Kingdom Hearts 3. That was my favorite part of that game. So I think that would be cool.
So So what kind of government is Jamaica? Is the Republic of Jamaica, are they oppressive? Are they like, is everybody except the Jamaicans like n- not allowed to use technology?
Um,
Mm.
what if it's sort of like Shinra, where like on the surface they're like this benevolent government, but you're part of like a resistance group that knows
Ooh.
like that what Jamaica's doing is wrong. I don't know what they're
Oh,
doing that's wrong yet.
I got an idea. So the whole company that made the terraforming technology was based on this is gonna sound terrible, but a pot brownie factory. Like they made pot brownies.
Oh, and so just somehow they
They made all their millions.
they accidentally discovered being able to terraform while they
Yeah.
were trying to grow pot.
Yep, that's what it is. Their scientists discovered how to grow it more effectively because it's going to be legal at that point. You might as well just roll with this.
Yeah,
And
Jamaica owns the world, man.
yeah, you might as well think famous Amos cookies, but like something more like with a
Psychedelic.
corporation.
Hey,
Yeah,
a lot of people have their best ideas when high. So
I swear to God, we're not high, guys. I'm just throwing it out there.
We probably should have gotten high.
I'm
before
starting to think
doing
maybe I
this.
should be.
So
I know I did.
that would
think
be the
about-
corporation.
I
All
did
right,
think
so
about doing that because I'm probably not gonna have to go to work for a month or so.
Yeah, that'd be
Maybe I
really
should.
funny. Okay, so we have our setting. The year 3020, Republic of Jamaica owns the world and can terraformed Europe to look like a series of islands. So what's the style that we're aiming for? Are we thinking FF7R, or are we thinking maybe Octopath Traveler?
Hmm.
I'd like Octopath.
When you say
What-
style, do you mean like the graphics or just like the overall feel of the game?
Probably both.
Okay. Um, I for one could go with more of like a cheery, positive, happy RPG. Maybe feel like sort of like an adventure. You're going on this voyage.
So
through the-
more Dragon Questy.
yeah, I mean maybe a little bit darker than that, but I'm
Final
not
Fantasy.
I'm not wanting something depressing with this.
How about Dragon
Okay.
or how about a Tales game setting? Kind of like that feel.
I haven't played a Tales
Yeah.
game, but I think that's probably about what I'm going for.
Yeah, I can get
Yeah.
with that. It's
They're
not
kind
it's
of in
not
between.
it's not too dank, but you're not like happy all the time like a Yoshi.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so how about, are we thinking so we have that general style. How about graphics? Are we wanting it to be like amazingly beautiful, or I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like a like more indie style.
I'm thinking something that has like a highly like artistic like art style, and that way in 20 years it'll still look good.
Yeah. I wonder,
Maybe some bright colors.
yeah, you definitely have to have the art style and the models to be kind of very reggae.
Yeah,
Yes.
match all the island vibes and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those games like back in the GameCube PS2 era, they were like cell shaded. Those still look good for the most part. So, I think that would be good,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
that would be quite awesome.
and we could save a lot of money in development by not having the graphics be, state of the art.
I like
Very-
that. Save money.
That is very true. So, how about the gameplay? So, I don't think we want to do a turn based on this one, but I'm having trouble thinking what our ragtag crew of people, like, how are we gonna fight? What?
I definitely think you should be able to control all of your characters one way or the other. Even though like Final Fantasy 13, that series has like my favorite battle system, it always grated me that you could only control the one character. As far as the battle system itself goes, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hard one. So
I
turn
definitely don't
based.
want an action RPG though.
Yeah, action RPG, no bueno. Maybe we could do like a Final Fantasy Tactics kind of,
That could be fun.
Oh, like an SR RPG
or
strategy?
a strategy game like Fire Emblem even.
I think That would be cool, but if we did go that way, I would want it to be a little bit more fluid or dynamic than those games normally are.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we could pull that off. Pull off a strategy game that's a little more fluid, like semi active role, um,
Maybe instead of
active time based.
turn-based, yeah, like
Mhm.
there's some kind of time element where you can't spend all day making decisions like normally you do in SRPGs.
Yeah, I think there could be a good mix of strategy and active time, to where still have to position yourself,
Hmm.
but it's still technically turn based.
Now, this game is not going to be isometric though, or anything, or
No,
overhead.
no.
Okay,
God,
good.
no.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like if with the style of the game, if the music was really good, like that would be a cool battle system.
And the music, of course, has to be very reggae inspired.
Are
We could
getting,
do reggae metal.
yeah.
That would be funny.
Get Skrillex in here.
Yep.
Yeah, I know him.
I got
Just
him on
calling a
retainer.
favor.
Yeah. I'm liking. I wish this game was real now. I like where this is going.
All right, so
what about like overworld exploration?
yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. So like you said, we need a boat.
Yeah.
We gotta have to have some kind of boat, something that can lay low on the radar,
Mhm.
and bypass all the Jamaicatrons.
Yeah.
What
there.
about, because it's like, pirates down there in Jamaica back in the day, but now you have more mechanical pirate ships.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking it can kind of the exploration and overworld can be probably pretty close to how a Legend of Zelda game might be, except more open world.
Yeah.
There's one in particular where the cartoon Link. Maybe I am thinking of Wind Waker.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm thinking that kind of overworld feel might be a good one.
That would be cool. The only caveat to that is I would want the island nations to be a lot bigger than the islands are in Wind Waker. Sort of like, and that way, even though you have such a big world, like each area is sort of self-contained, other than traveling the ocean between them.
Yeah, I think we need to introduce, whether in our plot or setting, the difference being that your setting is just like the as is, and the plot is what's going to happen throughout the game.
Yeah.
Something needs to be introduced to where these European islands are like very disconnected, like they're not into really talking with each other anymore.
Right.
Like maybe some kind of inner conflict has happened there.
Is the inner conflict related to Jamaica?
I imagine it would need to be related to Jamaica, or perpetuated by them at least.
Yeah.
I mean, they terraformed the whole country into islands.
Right. I like that.
Okay. I think that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So we'll have some big countries. We'll travel by boat, walk around, get some exploration, have some active strategy kind of battles.
Is there anything, any like big gimmicks, like if you're describing this game to someone, like, well, the cool thing is you could do this.
I think the setting is the gimmick
already. That works. I forgot what I was going to say.
The United States is walled off.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that would be a funny little caveat.
Just no one gets into it. But then you can have a special DLC content where you actually get into there.
Mm-hmm.
Funny.
One thing that would be cool is if, like, since this is so far into the future, it could be like nobody remembers or most people don't remember the original nations, what they were, or their history or whatever.
It's all been banned.
Except for a select few, and that maybe you're like sort of trying to uncover like what happened and who you used to be and all that.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I think that all items and all food and all clothing need to be made out of cannabis. It's just how it is.
Yes, the body has to have cannabis in order to survive.
It's what plants crave.
Yes.
Cannabis is what plants crave.
What if that's how they've been keeping everybody subdued and keeping them from like revolting?
There you go.
It's all, this entire game is just anti-marijuana propaganda, is what Scott's saying.
What if you have to take like some kind of marijuana item to activate like your limit breaks or go into like some kind of berserk mode?
Oh, that would be funny. Like a
Because it's the exact opposite it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
When
Like
you take that stuff.
like a magic pill, but it's just really powerful weed.
Right. What if there's some kind of mechanic where if like you don't if you don't smoke anything in a certain amount of time, you start to have like withdrawals and like, pass out or like some other like weird effects?
It would have to be, I would want there to be a reason why somebody is having withdrawals from weed.
That's true. Got that
Like-
itch, man.
Like somebody lacing it. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. That
That
could be a
could
plot.
be-
Maybe there's some kind of like laced underground thing going on.
And we would
Or it could
probably
be the over company.
Yeah.
It could
I
be
think
that.
I think we would want a specific character to have that affliction, maybe not our main guy.
Yeah.
But
I cannot wait to get to characters.
which does probably naturally transition us into the characters. So I'm thinking we need at least 5 ragtag crew of our European born but Jamaican owned people.
Yeah. I think like minimum 4, max 7.
Yeah.
I have an idea for a bad guy.
Hold on. Let's get our good
Okay.
guys first.
Okay. I just so got it.
What
So
if your main guy's a pirate?
So I think that our main guy needs to be the most basic white person on earth
and why is that?
because it's funnier and it leads to character development. I think him meeting a really awesome pirate and becoming more like the pirate is probably a good route. But I think this person needs to be just like a really basic kid or
Office or he could be an
late
accountant.
teenager. He crunches numbers on an island for a
for the company.
for a coconut shop.
And that way you could sort of do like the thing where you learn the world and stuff, or the life of the pirates and all the government shit as the main character learns.
Yeah, I think technology should exist, but it's very like early 2000s technology.
Yeah.
So it's like for some reason it's regressed, or people have just learned to hate technology. Because I think that would be pretty funny that the Republic of Jamaica has been like decided advancement of technology was worse for mankind from the threats of AI and robots and stuff. So they digressed and we're back to like cassette tapes and like
That'd be a cool touch.
Like computers that can only hold kilobytes of information.
Isn't BioShock kind of like that, where like the technology is very like regressed, kind of? Or,
Yeah,
like,
a lot of
old-timey?
steampunk.
Yeah, it's like steampunk. It's advanced technology, but in a really weird way.
Right. Yeah, I just remember like there's like record players and shit like that. So that would be cool. And then maybe just have the pirate ship be like out of place. Like, this is a fucking cool ass pirate ship.
Yeah. It's all just a running joke every single time. And it's like, why is there a pirate ship?
Yeah.
So what's our main character's name? The guy who just works for a coconut shop and is hungry for adventure.
Gregory
Gregory
or Eugene.
Oh,
That's a pretty white name.
Well,
I'm
first
terrible
off,
with names.
that I think Eugene could be his default name.
Okay.
We want to allow our main character to get renamed because
What if
Eugene's a
once
pretty
he-
bad name.
What if he joins the pirates and they start calling him just Gene?
Gene. Oh, I can get with that.
Have you ever seen Outlaw Star? Isn't the main guy in that, isn't his name Gene?
I don't think I have
No.
ever seen it.
Nope.
You should. I remember it being pretty good. But I think they're kind of pirates, like space pirates in that one. So
Oh, I'm all about space pirates.
Yeah.
It's like Cowboy Bebop.
sort of, yeah. Not quite as stylistic as Cowboy Bebop, but
Oh.
um,
Okay, so we have Eugene the coconut accountant who is from the island of what European country do we want to base him out of?
Maybe we should
Oh,
decide
man.
like where your starting island is here.
Yeah,
Um,
I gotta look up some European countries first. I don't think I know that many European countries.
we could just do London, or I know London's not a country, but
I think London has to be like the main, like the headquarters of the main bad guy.
Yeah.
How about Switzerland?
There
That
you go.
works.
He's
Very
on the
well.
island of Switzerland, the Swiss island,
yeah.
Swiss island.
I like that. Let's do that.
So what if
I'm sorry, that's awesome. Swiss island.
I do like that? So what if like the captain of the pirates is like this hot badass pirate chick that sort of like takes Jean under her wing?
That would be awesome. And she has like she has a wooden leg, but like her parrot also has a wooden leg.
And that wooden leg is multi-purpose.
Like what?
I don't know. Weapons come out of it.
Or
you
she?
go.
Yeah, there you go. Like can shoot blades out of it.
Like an
Yeah.
android parrot? Like just
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
And and the
a-
parrot could be like your mascot character that every RPG has.
yeah, it's like a bionic parrot. It has like a half of its eye is or half of its face is just like a robot, and it has
that.
it can what's some cool things the robot half of that parrot can do. I'm thinking maybe X-ray vision or something that's got to be useful.
It definitely, that's how you find out, like scan enemies so you can get their HP and weaknesses and all that.
Yeah. That's good.
Maybe as the captain chick levels up, the parrot slowly gets more abilities. Like towards once it's high level, it could shoot missiles.
Ooh.
That would be.
Like,
I'm
like
thinking
Predator style?
Rhinoa, and what's her dog's face?
Angelo.
Yeah. Oh, that's ridiculous.
What's the captain's name though?
We need a hot name.
Yeah.
Viper.
Ooh,
Viper.
I don't know why I
not
just
bad.
popped it. It just popped out of nowhere.
I think I like it.
Yeah. And the parrot's name? Michael.
I could go with that.
Yeah, Viper and Michael.
So
So what?
Is the parrot talk like a normal parrot, or is it like have like a voice built in, or is it like full Terminator mode, like entering missile mode?
No, how about it's got I wish he could do this. Robin Williams style voice acting.
That would be good, like a genie.
I think
Yeah.
I think it would be funny to have like a robot voice only for very specific tasks. So
Yeah.
like entering missile mode.
Yes,
I'm good with
that's
that.
good. Yeah, let's do that.
I think that would be pretty good. So
We still need a few more characters.
yeah, we do. We need
Ooh. We got a first mate, Douglas.
first mate Douglas. So what's the deal with Douglas?
He's in love with Viper. He follows Viper around all the time. Does not believe that Jean should be on this ship, but later on becomes best friends with Jean.
Yeah, they become homies. Have to maybe go through a side plot where
Like that.
Gene has to earn his trust.
Yes,
So what's his name again?
Douglas.
Douglas. What's Douglas's what's his role? What's his abilities? His weapons? I'm thinking
He
he's
could
got to be
be-
a lancer.
Oh,
Yes,
that'll work.
but he's also a
Uh,
thief.
A lancer thief.
Lancer thief. Is that a
Yeah.
thing? Can you do
No,
that?
it's not. But we could do that.
He can.
It is
Yeah,
now.
he can use his lance to like steal things off of
Yep.
like a
Just
mini
stab.
game where you have to use his lance to like steal keys off of somebody's belt.
What
Yep.
if he uses his lamps to like? What if there's like a fishing mini game that Rich loves?
Oh, you can just spear it.
Yeah.
Well, you got to eat. You got to eat when you're on the boat.
Yeah,
Is it an
that's
RPG
true.
if there's no fishing mini game?
I guess.
That's
we
true.
can have it on there.
Fishing
Damn
mini.
it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 3 main characters.
So we need another female character who is the complete opposite of Viper, and is our white mage. but white mage being or alchemist maybe mix up some potions, throw some
I like
potions
that
on you.
better. That fits more with like the steampunk-ish vibe.
Yeah.
Um.
Hmm.
Well,
How
I mean,
about
where's this girl? Is she like friends with Jean, or like do you meet her on the course of the adventure?
I'm thinking we meet her maybe kind of an Aerith style, like run into her, but she kind of evades you, and you run into her a couple more times, and then she's
What
like,
if it's
"Oh,
like one of your earliest missions while you're after you join the pirates? Like, the pirates are after like a bounty, like they have some kind of bounty to get this one particular girl.
oh yeah, that would be
Okay.
good." Or they were planning on robbing the wealthy owner of like a sub island in Swiss Island,
Mm-hmm.
and while robbing them, they find that it's the dad of this girl. And instead of her being like, "Yeah, don't steal from my dad," she's like, "Yeah, let's steal from him, and I want to go with you because this island, I'm not allowed off this island," and other stereotypical
That works for me.
father oppressive daughter
I
thing.
was going to say she has to have some kind of motivation for staying with the pirates long term.
Yeah, she just wants a little bit of adventure, but she's also been sheltered, so she doesn't quite understand the dangers out there.
Yeah.
So what's her name?
It's got to be something, again, basic white chick like Lydia,
I'm okay
Karen.
with that.
Karen. I don't know about that. I don't
No,
like
no,
Karen.
no. We won't use that one. I got something. You said Lydia.
Yeah, let's go with
That's
Lydia.
That's
I'm
a
cool with
good
that.
one.
So
All right.
is this
So
girl the love interest?
I would think so.
Okay. How big are we going to focus the story on romance overall? Is it going to be like just a good side story like in Final Fantasy X, or is it going to be like the focus like 8?
I'm thinking it's got to be. I think there needs to be a good mix of this love story between Jean and Lydia, and then also their journey to escape the oppressive hand of the Republic of Jamaica.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. And
Um,
are we good with one more character?
Yeah,
'Cause
we need
I've
one
got
more guy.
Okay. Let's just do this goofy guy. The whole time he's trying to kill Jean, he's in the party. He just does it terribly. Think of like Wile E. Coyote-esque kind of attempt on Jean's life.
and they all just like they know that
They know he just can't do it. He can't kill him.
but he's like so lovable that they're like, oh, there's that guy again.
Yep.
Is it intentionally can't do it, or like he's just like literally missing?
Literally missing every time. Just think of it this way. They're in a battle together. They're fighting. Gene's doing his thing. And he's like, oh, I got to take a shot at him now. And he still misses. And he takes out a bad guy by mistake. He's like, damn it. All right, fine. So he lets him live.
But the twist on him is that he has a curse. He has a curse on him to where like the things he wants he can't get, and the things he doesn't want he can get. So it's kind of like a bad luck thing. Like he wants to kill Eugene, but because of the curse, he's saving Eugene and accidentally killing the person trying to kill Eugene.
Yes. And then that curse is put on him by a voodoo witch doctor.
Yeah. Also, I think that's Jamaican.
Yes, it is.
There
we go.
There's like 2 or 3 points in the story to where like his antics lands him in like hot shit.
Yeah, totally. There's got to be side quests around that.
Yeah.
So that gives us our cast of crazy individuals. So what's the plot here? I'm thinking that
So we need a villain, right?
And I've got
we do
a
need a
perfect villain.
Who is the head honcho of the Republic of Jamaica stationed in the European islands? Is that your bad guy?
Rich?
Well, the bad guy. Okay, so we need to have the main bad guy, but I have an idea that they send, because I guess the Republic of Jamaica, they send this person out to take Eugene and his crew, the group out. It is a genetically modified Bill.
British Bill?
British
Our
Bill.
Bill.
Our Bill.
I can do this.
But that's just him hunting them down. Think of like Terminator style, just laser focus on taking them out.
And for some reason, he has a third eye in his forehead
Yes.
that can just open up.
Yep.
It's really hard to think of a threatening version of Bill.
That's why we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
But okay, so the main villain.
The boss swap.
Yep.
We find out the whole time that it's the Republic of Jamaica's head honcho in the European islands trying to take out the whole crew. And that is because I'm thinking maybe old Captain Viper really wants to have a second renaissance of technology. She wants to get rid of all of the decrees against artificial intelligence and advanced technologies. So she is basically spreading a bunch of anti-Republic of the ROJ. She is spreading anti-ROJ propaganda and promoting technology.
She says at a couple points, even a pirate has a code.
Ooh.
There you go.
That's a tagline. I like
Yeah.
that. Somebody write that down.
Just put that on the back of the box.
So yes, she wants to spread technology, but what's the overall threat? Like what happens? So do they discover some kind of technology that takes down the Republic of Jamaica and dethrones?
I'm thinking we could probably find some way for them to find out that it's only the territories of Jamaica that don't have technology, but the actual country of Jamaica itself is just full of it.
That works for me.
Okay, I like that.
So their goal is to liberate the European islands.
Got
I
it.
like that.
Well, Terminator Bill is hot on their trail.
Oh yeah, and I'm thinking at some we could have some cool little gameplay mechanics where you are building up your rebellion.
Ooh.
Like you start out just your cast on the ship, and then as you go from island to island, you are able to recruit people on that island. So you have you're able to win over people on each island and eventually liberate your island.
And maybe the further you go on in the story, your ship gets upgrades, like it gets faster, and like maybe eventually it could fly too, or just shit like that.
Oh
Yes. Like it.
yeah, that would be dope.
That did give me another idea. What if, like, in addition to the normal RTS active battles, you also had the same style of battles with ships, like pirate battles out in the ocean while you're traveling between islands?
That would be cool.
I like that. That's good too.
We would just have to make it not suck, because usually I hate pirate battles.
Yeah. They were okay in Kingdom Hearts 3, not the best, I guess. But I'm thinking like it works exactly the same like the normal battle system, more or less. It's just most attacks are ranged.
Yeah, totally. That would be cool. So I think that gives us the overall plot, but I think there's one thing we need to introduce. I think
Okay.
we need to introduce somebody's death.
Is it going to be one of the main characters, or do we need to add another character to die?
I think it needs to be a main character, and I think it needs to be Captain Viper.
That could be at work.
And I
It's
think
the
it
hot
needs
chick,
to
right?
yes.
Okay. Damn
And
it.
I think it needs to be towards the end. So this whole time, it's been basically Captain Viper and Jean kind of like leading the way. But Jean's always been super dependent on Viper, of course, because he joined her boat. But this entire time, she's been building him up to be a successful leader. And so whenever she dies, she officially hands over the reins, and you have to like finish off the final push.
By this
Okay.
point, Jean is like also a pirate badass.
Yes. And has
I
at
like
least
that.
at least one earring.
She's like, you have to carry on the cause type deal. And of course, it needs to be the main villain that takes her out.
Has
So
to be
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah. So
So
Maybe they take each other out.
well, that could work.
Yeah. But what about, well, okay, think of it this way too. So you've got her taking out Bill, and then Bill shows up at the very end to fight the Republic of Jamaica on your side because his whole program has been wiped out.
Well,
Oh,
that could work because then you have a replacement character for your party. Grandia
true.
too does that. So,
Yeah.
where they like switch out characters after.
maybe instead of her dying, she needs to be like crippled to the point to where she's useless. One of those two.
Well, that's just sad.
Like her
Yeah.
entire her
Douglas
good
has to take
leg
over.
is cut off.
Douglas has to
What
take
if-
care of her.
What if
'Cause
her
he's in love
last
with her.
act is giving Michael the parrot to Gene, like he's yours now?
Ooh.
So I think that's good. That's good for the plot. I think
I like that too.
I actually think we need to make this.
Yeah.
So I think one important part has to be the character customization. Like I want to be able to dress Gene and in like I can picture it in my head, like it's still bright colors and everything like looks happy and stuff. And you can dress him up in like pirate outfits where he just has like a vest and a pirate hat on, and you can give him piercings and tattoos and facial hair, and that would be so cool.
I like
I
that.
agree.
You gotta have big hats.
There needs to be lots of
pirates.
customization options. Gene is definitely a male. There's no like gender customization, right?
Yeah, for the time being.
That works. I'm also thinking like maybe the main villain. Did we ever give him a name?
The
boss swap one?
the ROJ leader.
I think
No.
he needs to be Jamaican, and he needs to have like these really awesome like dreadlocks, like
Like down to
his
the
hips.
floor?
Yeah,
I would say
something
down,
like
down
that.
the floor. There you go.
Maybe he wears a cape.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
so I'm totally into this. The only one thing that I am would be hesitant of is the fact that our main bad guys are. It's a country that is majority black. And I don't want.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be Jamaica. It can be that's where we got our idea that like make the whole world fictional, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people would take the game more seriously that way.
Yep. That was just a random because it's a small island.
Yeah.
Just taking out a whole entire world.
It is a hilarious twist. The small itty bitty island somehow becoming the biggest superpower.
You called it here first.
Yeah. UK did it. So
Right.
That's true.
Same.
It's
There's
Jamaican
voice
style.
acting.
oh yes, there would need to be voice acting.
Okay. What else haven't we covered? I know like obviously we haven't gone a deep dive onto the plot, but we've got like a sort of an outline.
I think I'm comfortable with what we've set forth.
It's a
Man,
good
I
springing
think-
off point anyway.
I think I'm ready to execute.
What's the name of the game?
Oh man.
can't use mine.
I don't
No, we
want to
could.
use yours.
We could do it as a sub deal. This is how Final Fantasy started.
Yeah.
This is true. Oh
Thinking
man.
something about like pirates or like the ocean or islands has to be in there, unless we could think of something really badass. And this could be tentative as well. It's so hard because it's like the name of the game is like the most important thing. Just about.
Should we put that out to our listeners to make the name?
We could do that.
Yeah, let's open source it. We will pick the best one. If they're all crappy, we will not pick them.
Yep. We get final say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to play this fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this was a fun exercise.
Yeah.
I would I'd definitely be open to doing this again at some point and
It
picking
actually turned out a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like the most ridiculous like Frankenstein game we could have thought of.
no.
Well, I didn't know how we were gonna do it. Like when I said the Jamaican style, I didn't know how we were gonna pull that off.
Well, that led us down a path for sure.
Yeah. it got my gears turning. I really liked how it went.
Okay.
Well,
so we
cool
done that?
guys. That was fun. That is our RPG. We got a nice little plot where the Republic of Jamaica takes over, becomes a superpower, and terraforms all of Europe to just be a bunch of little islands. From there, our main crew, led by the pirate lord, queen, lady Viper, and the very normal guy Gene, formerly Eugene. And throughout their quest, they decide they want to take down the Republic of Jamaica and start recruiting the rest of the European islands. Yeah, so this is expected release in 2025. Hope you guys pre-order.
Yes, we will have a bonus.
It'll
be a pamphlet.
Early adopter. Run a
Well,
Kickstarter.
We'll have great DLC.
Yeah.
Yep. Already got ideas.
So that wraps that up. And unfortunately, no tea time with Bill.
Womp womp. He's been having a hard time lately, from what I've heard, just having any kind of free time.
Yep, poor
Hence why we
guy.
haven't done a laundry yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do our outro and plugs then.
Let's get going.
What's next week, Rich?
I think we decided we're going to do our first impressions of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think
It's
that
the biggest
should be...
release of our, maybe not our lifetimes, but one of the biggest.
Yeah,
I
so
would say probably of my lifetime so far.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll have enough content, I think, even if we've only each played a few hours, to give like an early impressions type deal.
I might cry the entire time. I don't know. I got really emotional during the demo. So
it's supposed to be great from what everybody's saying. Like the lowest scores I'm seeing are like 8s from a few outlets. So okay.
So again, don't forget about the Materia Lockdown Challenge. It's a fun little thing that we do periodically to support
the MNDA, Motor Neuron Disease Association.
The Motor Neuron Disease Association. If you are interested in that, go to materialockdown.com or hit up Matunica on Twitter, which is Bill.
Right.
He can probably give you the DL on how to participate.
Yeah. So as far as helping out the show, we would really appreciate anybody who goes out there and rates and reviews us, whether it be on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher app that you use. Said it before, say it again. You know, getting reviews on a show is one of the best ways to help get the show's name out there. The way the algorithms work, it's like if you get a review, you're going to be seen by more people. So we would really appreciate you guys going out there and just taking a few minutes to do that for us.
Along with the review stuff, you can actually participate in a lot of discussions. We do have our own Discord channel where we talk anything and everything RPGs. We even have off-topic conversations as well. Something we definitely want to see more people in. It's still got a lot of people talking. Scott curses me out a lot in there, but it's still a good time. Yeah. Daily.
And you can find the link to that in the show notes.
Yep.
One more reminder, we do have a Patreon, lots of good benefits, early episode access. You can get ad-free episodes. You can participate live in the video streams that we do. We're live right now. We've got aftercast episodes, which is just bonus content. Got extra non-RPG reviews and a lot more, including a monthly raffle where you can win various knickknacks and doodads like magnets or show merch or gift cards. And actually, guys, it's time for that on this episode for our second monthly giveaway.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So let's do that real quick. Can I get a drum roll? It is Disa. Hey.
Disa.
So Disa, we will be in touch with you. Congratulations to talk to you about, what you want us to send you.
Disa.
Disa's like our number one supporter. So love that girl. Okay, so how else can they get in touch with us?
So you can also email feedback and questions and tips and topics and pretty much anything you want to rpgafteryears@gmail.com.
And as far as the Twitter goes, they can reach us at @RPGyears, and you can find me at the Scott Spot.
Me at HailBlue1569.
You can find me at JAY Hizzle. I've been very social, like dormant on social media, so I'm probably not going to respond if you hit me up.
I noticed you liked like 9 of my tweets at once the other day. So.
Yeah, I'll get on and then see things I missed and like stuff and then fall off for a couple more weeks. Social media just gets me down, man.
Yeah.
I get that.
You can also follow Bill at Metunica, Metunnica, Metal Tunica. So thanks for listening, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this this fun little episode that we had. I had fun. I thought it was a blast.
I enjoyed it. As long as nobody copies this.
I want to pursue this idea.
Copyright. So until then, we will catch you on episode 11. I'm Jay.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Scott.
So we'll see you next time for some more RPG After Years. Toodaloo.
Bye.
Later.
See you later, man.
Ah.
God, I hate when I start the fucking jingles at the wrong volume.